Today, we're gonna check out a device in an emerging space of power backup, off-grid kind of living. These are the most massive, most powerful power banks you're probably gonna set your eyes on. A couple of boxes over there, as you can see. We're actually gonna be checking out a modular system from Bluetti, which lets you pile together battery modules all the way up over 12,000 watt hours, which is going to provide you with tremendous power in the event of a power outage, or if you're the type that likes to travel, go off grid, you can charge these things up with solar panels. They're really cool, versatile types of devices. So there's the portable power stations, which are targeted at road trips, van life, camping, film sets we were just talking about. We could get a tremendous amount of power if we wanted to do some sort of a shoot away from the studio. And then they've also got devices targeted for your home, right? These are heavy duty power stations, but these can also be used for off-grid living and van life. These ones have wheels on them. They're meant to be pushed around. These ones have sort of more of a rugged aesthetic, the portable power stations. This is what we're checking out. It's the latest thing, the AC300 and the B300 system, which is a modular system letting you pile together a number of B300 units, each one over 3,000 watt hours, up to over 12,000. That's like Tesla's Powerwall, except you can move it around. Of course, you can use it for home backup. You can use it in the event of a power outage. You can also put it in your van, in your truck. You can charge it a number of ways. You can buy different combos from them depending on how many battery modules you want to add to your setup. As you can see, you have portable power stations, home battery backup on the other side. So this is like the head unit, which will sit atop whichever setup of batteries that you might want to have, depending on capacity and application. This is a 3,000 watt AC inverter, 6,000 watt surge. You can add 4 B300s to create a tremendous stack of backup battery power. Think of it like UPS on steroids with similar power to generator-like power, but instead the electric equivalent. 7 ways to recharge: AC, solar, car, generator, lead battery, dual AC, or AC plus solar. 2 at once if you want to get an even faster recharge. 2,400 watt max solar input, 5,400 watt max fast dual charging. So that's your extra speed if you can do solar and AC at the same time. There's an app to kind of control and see everything that's happening with your device. And of course, this is capable of home UPS style backup. So here you can see some different applications. This is the tailgate type scenario. You can run fridges, you can run TVs, camping, obviously. This is what it looks like in the variety of configuration. Today, we're gonna check it out with one battery unit. We're gonna do this setup over here. That's 3,072 watt hours. But you can see how this thing becomes an absolute beast all the way up here when you add 4 separate battery modules. Here's a typical recharge scenario from the wall, or of course from solar. And then you can actually have 24/7 UPS home backup by putting this in your utility room, having it wired up to your actual panel. You can have your essential items never lose power in the event of a power outage. They'll just shift over to this battery setup. Could be in your basement, possibly in your garage. Of course, it's also got all the ports that you would expect on a modern device like this, so you can charge up all of your different devices. Imagine how many times you could recharge a mobile device when you're talking about up over 12,000 watt hours. These are the little battery modules over here. You can buy them one at a time. You can kind of catch a deal if you get one of the combo setups on your initial order as well. If you're not in the market for such a serious kind of backup, they do also make more approachable devices that are even more portable, like this 716 watt hour, 800 watt, 200 watt solar capable unit that you can just carry around a little bit easier, maybe more for the hiker types, those with smaller packs, and the camper types. But anyway, they have a ton of products. Look at all the 20 amp max ports that are on there. The 30 amp port, which is also on there, that I could use the 30 amp port to charge the adventure van. I call it adventure van because it's not true van life. I mean, I don't live in the van, but I do go on adventures. And I use it often for tailgating as well. Look at the way these things connect together. Look at the seriousness of those power cables. Wild. In this case, it's almost 25,000 watt hours because they connected 2. They connected 2 full farms. You can also hot swap. So the reason you might want to have a modular system is so you have no downtime. By being able to swap out individual battery units, hot swap them, you don't have downtime, but you can go recharge the individual unit before adding it back to your entire setup. Yeah, so when you add the inverter, you come to a max 3,000 watt delivery. Look at this. So you're recharging this unit in 1.5 hours, 2 hours for the enormous 8,200 watt setup. Oh, oh, wait a sec. So what this is demonstrating here is the ability to charge it via a gas generator. So then you could store that power for later use. Unlike with a generator where you have to have it running without the ability to necessarily store it somewhere. You can also charge it from our car, 12 volt, 24 volt. So you have DC charging. And then we can charge it off a lead acid battery. So if you have a car battery sitting around, you can actually charge this battery from that battery to make the power more useful to you, because now you have all these extra interfacing options because you can plug so many different types of things into it. Now they charge it off a wind turbine or an EV charge station. Cool, man. Imagine you hit up the EV charge station, you charge up your batteries. And then of course solar, which we already talked about. You can charge it from a solar roof or portable solar panels, which they also happen to sell. Yeah, this is the one we have, the AC300. Nutty. 8 battery packs. Holy. Got the tools going, got the shop vac, got the fan going, got the saw going, recharge the batteries going. Yeah, imagine on the job site. Run the fridge, microwave, blender. It's a power outage and you're having a party with the popcorn. What you doing the laundry? What? Power's out, gotta do the laundry. Power's out, I'm gonna go do the laundry. Man, that's one of those things you do it just because. You're like, damn right I can do the laundry with the power out, because I got the Bluetti setup. 2400 watt max input, the portable solar panels. And this is what I like. I like it on the go. I like it in the truck. I like the tailgate. Can run my TV. I can run the sporting. That's one thing they're missing in their demo is the sporting tailgating. You want to watch the sporting event with your pals, no problem. Okay, so first things first, the battery unit that we were just looking at, the B300. It has this kind of like rugged design to it with 2 really large handles. And you might be looking and saying, well, where's all the ports and stuff? So the way that this setup works is in conjunction with the AC300, which sits on top of it. So if we look over here, you'll see there's a big power switch, a USB-A at 18 watts, a USB-C at 100 watts. You have a DC on-off switch, and you also have a battery indicator showcasing how much battery is left as far as capacity. There's different LED lights for 180, 60, 40, 20. And then of course, we also have 12 volt DC at 10 amps. Now the way that this unit is going to interface with your AC300, with the inverter that's gonna send power to all your different devices, is over here. And this is also just how we're gonna charge this up. This is our inputs. So we have a DC input for charging. Of course, we have AC input for charging. And these are connections into the battery for your AC unit or for adding even more batteries to the modular setup. Okay, so for me, this is the exciting one because it gives you so many interfacing options. I can imagine having this in the van or having this in the truck or even at home. I can plug everything into this. There's nothing I can't plug into it, and then I just supply battery to it via the B300 units. You can see we have a large display on the front. Over here, we have DC output, 12 volt DC, 30 amp output, 24 volt, 10 amp. Look at this bank of 20 amp max household style outlets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now you also have a 30 amp max outlet here. This is for your heavy duty appliances or your RV or your adventure van or whatever you want to plug into a 30 amp max outlet. Whatever requires it. Another USB-C 100 watt, USB-A 18 watt times 2, USB-A 5 volt DC 3 amp for your less power hungry devices, but 4 total USB-A ports, 1 100 watt USB-C port. We also have a nice big dedicated power switch, metal, looks like it has an LED ring around the outside of it. Up top right here, you can see we have 2 separate wireless chargers with a 15 watt output. So this is incredibly convenient. This is exactly the area that would be exposed. All you got to do is just drop your phone on there. Just like that, your wireless charging or your wireless earbuds or whatever it is that you happen to have with you. You can imagine on the campsite, everybody's going to want to be near this thing because they can just plop their devices down and keep them charged up. So these have these little screw-on pieces, and this is going to be with a gasket as well. So for water and weather resistance in general, this is going to be your AC input. You want to charge up off of a typical household. We also have our DC input. This could be charging off of a vehicle or something like that. We have our communication interface at the bottom. This is where you're going to be connecting your battery modules. The B300 that I just showed you will link up in this direction. Okay, so this is what our stack looks like. This is how you might have a setup if you have one battery unit to go with the AC300. I'm gonna power this up first. Next comes here. No, it doesn't because the cable's not connected. So this little cable here is responsible for the communication between both devices. This also has these kind of rubberized caps for durability and probably weather resistance. And the screen has now booted up. It's showcasing the amount of power in the battery bank, 96%. This is a touch screen as well. So we have our AC output frequency, AC output voltage, DC input source. I mean, we can manage our variety of connections either right on the screen, or of course, we can also get the application and just do it from our mobile device. DC off, DC on, wireless charging. Sick. This is a way of preserving your battery life and just managing the battery that you have. Obviously, by turning the banks off, you're able to still use this unit without needing to have everything powered up that at the same time, or needing to unplug everything that you might have constantly connected to this. You can manage it from here. Okay, now we have some bigger devices here to test this out and have a little bit of fun. Over here, I have like one of those coffee makers, a Keurig coffee maker, like an instant one. Just really need your coffee in the event of a power outage. There's even a microwave here and some microwavable popcorn, because you need your popcorn in the power outage, or off-grid microwave popcorn. Last up, there's a large light here. That light right there uses around 360 watts. Not as much as some other film equipment, particularly if you didn't have an LED light, but nonetheless. Let's do the light first and go into our first AC port, and then I'm gonna go ahead and just turn AC on. Ooh. Running no problem, just plugged into there. This thing is not plugged into anything else right now. We're still 96% battery. Let's just keep an eye on it. They're both actually connected to this single. Power just came to the microwave. We have power as well on the Keurig coffee maker, and we have a cup. All right, here we go. Battery powered coffee coming right up. 95. Good Lord, it's exactly 8 ounces. Oh, man. That is a battery coffee right there. That's gonna be hot. I'm gonna just let this cool down for a moment. I promise I will sip it. But the microwave, 1,050 watts. That's a lot of watts. So it's a real test here. Big power. Going 2. And we're running right now. 94. What are we gonna, is it gonna be like 1 percentage point for a bag of popcorn in a microwave? Maybe. That's the thing, you got 3,072 watt hours. What if I had 4 of these? I'm running an entire enterprise with 4 of these. This entire business. This ceiling here, this whole studio. That's pretty wild. You're not gonna need to worry, seriously. We're living in a new age here. You got your own little power station going. 1,433 watts. Now, I suppose we have a couple of other items plugged in. Coffee maker is still plugged in. The light is still plugged in. Let's charge the phone at the same time. Let's turn DC on. Yeah, no problem. We're charging a phone now, too. There you go. 4 watts, 5 watts. You're going to see that go up a little bit. But the RGB light, that's 360 watts. So that's how we get to our 1417. But this baby is 3,000. We could be, man, I could be double popcorn right now. You can have your electric cooktop. You can have, in their videos, the people were doing the laundry. That's a hot, whoo, it's a hot tamale right there. There's like butter coming out of it. I got everything that's hot right now because I got all this power. Maybe I'll sip the coffee first and I'll come back to this. That thing is steaming. This is my exactly 8 ounces of battery coffee. It tastes so much better than wall coffee. I prefer completely portable battery coffee from now on. How are we doing for power? We're at 92, 196 watts. Is the current load on AC, 10 watts on DC. And the app is showing you anything that is pulling power at any given time. So you simply check on here, and you can also see, obviously, your battery percentage is on there. So you can track and turn off any of these ports if you want to manage your power. Oh, and of course, it'll also show you incoming power via either solar or from the grid. It'll show you that this thing itself is charging up. But you can see this light at like 200 watts or whatever it happens to be pulling at the moment. Yeah, 196. I mean, it's not really touching our power consumption. And the microwave, which is over 1,000 watts to make some popcorn, knocked it down a couple percentage points. This is true off-grid living. It's true power outage survival. And that's with only one B300 unit. And of course, we can expand this. So I don't think there's gonna be any panic in your household if the power goes out. Wireless router going into here for internet, little bit of lighting, definitely not 200 watts worth. You don't even need that. A little bit of cooking and some hot drinks and whatever else. Create a little camp. I mean, you could get the video games going. They don't even use that much power. PlayStation hooked up, a small display, and run it for a long time. Or expand it if you're a power user, you want all your luxuries, even in the power outage, even off-grid, even in the adventure van. It's the biggest battery bank that I've ever looked at by a lot. That's it right there. The Blue Eddy, AC300 and B300. Oh, popcorn. I almost forgot about popcorn taste test. I had battery coffee. This is battery popcorn. Smells delicious. Off-grid. It tastes like van life. It tastes like a Mercedes Sprinter. It tastes like a Ford Transit. It tastes like an RV. It tastes like a Winnebago. It tastes like a tent. It tastes like Mount Kilimanjaro. It tastes like Algonquin Park. It tastes like a Subaru. This thing is cool. This thing is cool. What? Like, tell me it's not cool. That thing is cool.